Okay. I actually took a huge break between recordings, namely about 20 or so hours. I spent an entire day just thinking about what choice I want to make here. I think that I came to a decision because, honestly, I don't like either option. But a choice has to be made. I'll ask for advice in my friends first because, honestly, if this was thrown at me, I would ask my friends.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I really can't help you this time.
Oh no. Fortem?
You're asking too much of me. Sorry. This isn't something I could possibly decide.
Aw, you guys are worthless! Oh, fine. But I'll make my choice because I spent a long time thinking about it. Yes, I know. Here's the thing. If you remember from last part, he said that we could create an army of seers. However, after the war, everyone who has become a seer would be left brain dead. We can create an army of monarch vessels. That is, we would revive the dead. But they would be in constant pain forever. All the wounds they would be inflicted with, they won't die, but they would feel pain forever. This is how I thought about it. And yeah, I'm sorry, but I actually had to pull a reference from another game because I immediately thought of two characters from the Toho series. First of all is Fujiwara. Incidentally, these are my favorite characters. Fujiwara no Mako, an immortal being who obtained immortality as a means of getting revenge upon her arch nemesis. However, she was still able to feel pain and starve and she can still die, but she would come back from the grave immediately and would still experience pain. And because of that, she felt a ton of regret knowing that how much she wants to die, but she can't. Well, I also thought about another character, my favorite character of all, Koichi Komeiji, who destroyed her ability to read minds in order to escape from her depression, but in turn ended up losing the ability to think for herself. It's not a happy ending for either of it. There's no happy ending in either of this, and I'd rather not make a choice, but I know I have to. Our army was completely desolated, was completely destroyed by Shane and Sophie. And, oh, god damn it, Shane, I hate you so much. So this is a choice we have to make. Honestly, I would rather have these people, if my argument is that if they are brain dead, they at least would not feel any pain. That's my argument. Life or death. An army of seers would be most useful. With foresight, they could dodge every attack. That would be essential as we attack Balteus. They could help us strategize as well. But their true use would come on the battlefield, calling out attacks and preventing ambushes. I make my choice known to my allies. I met with uncertain gazes, as I expected. There was no right choice in this situation.
Very well.
So, there we have it. What happens next?
I will take the king to the idol and help. After that, we must all convene in this war room. A strategy is required for this newfound army.
They all nod and step closer to the table. I follow Salus out of the room to carry out my duty. As we leave, I can hear them planning, and I feel hopeful. Has risen up by 5%. We will turn this defeat into a most profound victory. Under my leadership, we would witness the triumvirate fall. I follow Salus back to the room with the spirit idol. It's dark and dim. With its death, the monarchy was imprisoned no more. However, existing within vessels and the blade, was that considered freedom? I wonder what would happen to the monarchy after this war. Their bodies are likely long gone. What would become of them? I wonder if there's a way to reverse everything the triumvirate has done. But there's no time to think about that. It's time to create our army. Much to our luck, before we began, Milas arrived at the Rebel HQ. Alongside him was a massive amount of people from Valenorth. His evacuation was successful. This meant 5 more soldiers. Good. It also meant a large number of volunteers. Knowing the importance of being a seer, they wanted to help. I suppose it was only fitting that we kept this tradition within Valenorth. But part of me felt bad. I was doing this to my own people. They were made aware of the repercussions, but still agreed. That made me feel a bit better, but didn't relieve me of the guilt. It was just like I thought. The blade is an extension of the wielder's mind. Salus told me how to wield it, and I rested the blade on the volunteers. Almost like a knighting ceremony in the stories of old, I declared them seers. But he also told me that the effects wouldn't happen immediately. They'd need to be watched carefully for the next day or so. When their power kicked in, they could act irrationally. After that, we made our way back to the war table. I can only hope that things go as planned for our future. When we arrived, it seems like Damek already had a strategy.
Absolutely not.
Ulrich, we have no other choice. Our forces require more than one major boost. Going to Alarinthia, we could convert them to our side.
Alarinthia, huh?
They don't want to be converted, they want blood. Plain and simple.
There has to be something we can do.
We could seek the help of Vivian.
Who?
Alarinthia has a rebellion of its own. A group of people who want to change the way it's run. We could help her journey to the throne in exchange for her help.
I've never heard of this.
Apparently they follow after ancient ideals. An Alarinthian legend that wanted to change the nation. So far it seems like none have been strong enough to do so.
It's because strength always wins. Plain and simple.
Not really.
And with strength and power, they don't want anything to change. They only want to secure their own rule. Alarinthia is always the same.
Ulrich, have you ever heard of the term brains over bronze?
Well, the mainland has never reached out before, right? If we team up with them, yourself included, we could win. If that's not possible, then maybe we can cut a deal with Draku.
Draku? He wants nothing more than to flex his power. He may rule over Alarinthia, but he's no ruler, trust me.
Well, I think we have a good opportunity for him, actually. What better way to show strength than to dethrone gods? There's a couple of avenues to take here. We need to do this.
Excuse my lack of enthusiasm, Damek. I think there are more pressing matters at hand. We still need to decide what to do with him.
He tells his head towards Salus, who shakes his own head in return.
We require no maintenance. We simply wish to fight and teach. Our legacy demands to be passed on.
There you have it. I don't think there's anything we can do. He won't be of any harm to us, right?
That's what we thought about the Honor Guard. Are you really going to gamble on the spirits again? What if there's a chance he's just lying to us, Damek?
Yeah, it is a possibility.
We have no reason to lie, and we do not appreciate this accusation. Using the Honor Guard, we fortified these tunnels. It is thanks to us that you survived this ordeal. Many of our citizens were sacrificed in order to do this. Controlling the Triumvirate's forces was taxing, to say the least.
Then why did they kill almost all of us during the attack?
Our control was strong, but not strong enough. It was easy for the Grand Inquisitor to overpower us. Until today, he had never set foot in these tunnels. We do not mind answering questions, but we do mind being accused of wrongdoing. Everything we've done to help your cause.
So you say?
To what end?
Yeah.
The Triumvirate's end.
Why do I get the strange feeling that the Triumvirate is not as evil as we're led to believe? But then again, we also used to believe that they were good. It's kind of conflicting, honestly, and again, you don't really know who's telling the truth. You can only just make assumptions. Ulrich concedes, simply shaking his head. It seems there was a counter to all of his objections.
I think we should just trust him, Ulrich. He's answered so many of our questions. Things make more sense now, wouldn't you say?
Still a possibility that you're being manipulated. He doesn't respond. However, Fortem steps forward.
What should we call him, though?
We do not require a name.
You may not require a name, but we require a name to call you by.
You might think that, but you still need one. It's out of convenience, not necessity.
Convenience?
Yeah. Nobody really needs a name. It just helps us talk to one another, you know? It's especially helpful in battle, or while strategizing.
Yep.
Very well. We will think of a name.
However, before much time passes, Valessa interjects.
How?
Howl?
Huh?
You are going to name him after a sound that your people make? Howl? Because he's a wolf? Well, I don't care, Valessa, even if you are a wolf as well, it's still kind of racist.
That's what Dominic said, right? Driven by the howls of countless spirits. It seems fitting, given the circumstances.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Valessa,
In that case, why not name him Awu? I'm just
We
saying.
accept this moniker. However, we must discuss another matter. This strategizing you speak of, we wish to help.
That's my job, actually.
And look where it got you.
Oh, ouch.
What?
I mean, come on, Dominic's a good leader, but it's not like you could predict everything that's gonna happen.
Your blind faith in spirits caused all of this. Our judgment will not be clouded. We wish to take your place. Remember, you are no longer in charge. This is the king's choice.
Isn't it kind of ironic that you're saying your blind faith in spirits when you are the spirits? Howl turns to face me.
We wish to be your advisor, Monarch. We've watched this world for almost an eternity. We know how the enemy works and thinks.
Yes, but we've only just met you. Thanks for healing me and bringing Dominic back from the dead, but, don't get me wrong, you seem like you might be a good person, but also there's fear of betrayal.
It would be the wisest course of action. Dominic is responsible for this catastrophe. He would be unfit to give you advice in the future.
That's what a power-hungry person would say. Oh, everyone else is flawed but me. Choosing me is the best decision. Of course he would say that if he wanted power.
That is absolutely untrue. In this world, we learn from our mistakes, Howl. We don't condemn others based on bad decisions.
Exactly!
Perhaps that is why you are easily oppressed. There is no room for error in these final days. Perhaps in the future, you can atone for this.
Okay, I kinda don't like Hal now. I can tell that they're about to get locked in a heated argument. To avoid this, I slam my hands down on the war table, startling them. Did you predict that, Hal? A loud echo reverberates through the room as I assert my authority. This choice will affect the future of Celestia. Oh, Hal, I wish for you to be my advisor. Dominic will advise me as he always has. Yeah, I know it's a little bit rash, but hey. Past or present, I let him know that I want Dominic to be my advisor. I agree with everything he said, and I still don't really know how. Yeah! Being an advisor required both knowledge and teamwork.
Very well.
Yeah, sorry, but I agree with that text box entirely. That's my thoughts.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They still stared at each other with evil eyes. Oh, no, they're not gonna cooperate, are they? I could tell that animosity was growing between them. However, this was neither the time or the place for that.
Those matters aside, we still need to make our next move. There's an upcoming ball in Alarinthia. It's held annually. The palace is open for a few days only. We can go. It's likely that Vivian will make a move against Dracu. If she does, we can use that as an opportunity to form an alliance. If she doesn't, then we can seek out an audience with Dracu.
Who is Dracu, the ruler of Alarinthia?
Either side would have a wealth of forces to offer. We need their aid if we're going to win the final battle. I'll get the boats ready. We can leave tomorrow morning.
Very well.
I'm sure Alex will be able to give us a capable ship. If we're going to make this ball, we need the best of the best. Ships were part of our terms, so I'm sure he'll be able to comply.
Alright. He gathers up some paper and starts to walk away.
Meet back here in the morning, all of you. We can go over any last-minute stuff before we leave. The rest, we'll have plenty of time to discuss on the voyage.
We all nod at one another before leaving the room. I'm thankful that I'd be able to get some sleep, however little. I make my way to the back of a room, constantly checking my back. Risen by 5%. Is it already to 15% then? They'd never catch us off guard again. Next time we fought, it would be their end. Rage of the Monarchy. Hal has now permanently joined your party. Wonder if we could do heart-to-heart with him pretty soon. If not now. Well, not now, but you know. Because I remember they said that it's just going to be a bunch of text and decisions with no breaks in between. So, I'll have to wait until Act 4 then. I enter my room and let out a loud sigh. I can finally relax. As short as my rest would be, it would better than no rest at all. I noticed I was followed, but I expected as much after what happened. It was Hal. He approaches slowly with resolve in his steps. However, he doesn't seem angry in any way. Really. Despite my decision? That was good since I sided with Dominic.
We must express displeasure at your decision. Dominic made a mistake and remains unpunished. The lives that were lost beg for justice. We are that justice.
Sure, but does every mistake needs to be punished? I mean, like I said, you learn from mistakes. Dominic was only believing in the spirits like we all do. Now that we know the truth, he will approach things differently. He would never intentionally lead us into danger. He's honorable.
Honor?
He crosses his arms, unimpressed.
Honor is a term used to stay the hand in difficult situations, Monarch. When the final drop of blood must be spilled, and your honor stops you, what then? Is the future of our world on the shoulders of those so weak?
Hey, how weak do you think that I would be if I punch you back into death? How would you like that? Oh, sorry, lost my temper there, but... Are you accusing me of being so prideful that I would let people die? Just to protect my own pride? Excuse me, Hal, but go fuck yourself!
Do not concern yourself with honor. The enemy does not, and this is why they win. Concern yourself with the correct actions, not the right ones.
Well, yeah! Yeah, but how dare you accuse me of...
That is all the advice we have for you today, Monarch.
Unneeded?
But we do not trust Dominic to make the right decisions in the future. The fact that he left the Honor Guard alive is proof of that. He hesitates.
Because how was anyone supposed to know that the Honor Guard was going to turn on us? Dude, okay, what is your problem? No, really, I need to sit back and tell you, what is your problem, dude? What is your problem? You come in and say, oh look, you fucked up and a whole bunch of lives were killed. That means that you are a terrible leader. Here, I should lead because I apparently never fuck up. Yeah. Well, I most certainly say you fucked up when you let the Triumvirate run. So maybe you're not allowed to lead. Like, oh my god. Dude, people make mistakes. That doesn't mean that you should condemn them. However, I will condemn you for being an ass. I mean, I just met you, and already. Oh my god. I thought you looked pretty damn cool with your scars and all that, but... My god, I really hate you.
This hesitation will not go away simply because he knows what we are. The truth of the spirit realm does not change strategy on the war table. With that said, we will leave you be. Ruminate on this in the future, my king.
Uh-huh, sure. Oh my god. I never thought that I would meet a character that that I would come to hate so quickly. Well, aside from Sophie, but still. Well, actually no, I didn't hate Sophie that as fast as I hate Howl. And Howl is my party member. Sophie is an actual antagonist. He gives a slight bow as a sign of respect. Yeah, the most respectful thing he's done so far. Being the Exodus Realtor was intense enough, but being the Monarch? Thankfully I had the support of my friends. They would keep me strong. I lay down in bed, and it isn't much longer before I drift off to sleep. When I wake up, rested and refreshed, I head to the war room. Everyone is there, as expected. It's time to get things moving. Dominic approaches the war table, fiddling with the wooden figures resting on top of it. They represent different things. The figure for the rebellion, he places on Alarinthia. Our next objective was clear. We'd be sailing to the Far East to secure an alliance.
Each year Dracu holds a ball. Essentially it's to show off his power. It's open to the public, which means Vivian will likely make a move. I'd say it's either an assassination attempt or a tournament request.
So Vivian is a rebel while Dracu is a leader.
During the ball, we will meet with both of them. Our goal is to secure an Alarinthian army to help us out. If we do this, our chance of success will increase tenfold.
Yep.
Each party, if they're willing, will likely request something in return. It may be impossible to avoid being caught up in Alarinthian politics. If it comes to anything extreme, we will have Ulrich help us out.
It's kind of like the deal with pirates. It's all to increase our numbers, give us an advantage.
I trust there are no objections.
Nobody raises a concern, but I can tell that Ulrich is upset.
We will set sail immediately after this meeting. I've already arranged transportation with our pirate allies. It's a 24-hour voyage, so pack your essentials.
Very well.
Food and drink have already been pre-packed. None of us should go hungry or thirsty during the trip. And there are enough beds for us all to sleep too.
Good.
The voyage will be a nice time to get some relaxation in. However, once we get to Alarinthia, we have to be serious. Our success directly affects our odds of surviving this war.
Weren't we serious already?
We've ensured that our comrades received a proper burial. They're resting with the spirit idol, and we'll close off that passage. For their sake, please leave it undisturbed. They deserve rest.
Bury them the same way as you buried Salus, huh? He inspects a piece of paper in his hand before continuing.
The volunteers from Valinor are starting to have visions. They will accompany us to Alarinthia and help our cause. Thankfully, there were no side effects or losses.
Yeah. By the way, did you ever tell the people of Valinor that they are going to become brain dead? Because I get the feeling that if you told them that they're going to become brain dead in the future, I don't think that many of them would accept.
We have our army of seers, Monarch. Hopefully you'll get to meet them soon. With all of that said, I think it's time to end this meeting. Are there any questions before we head to the shipyard? Remember, once we leave, we may not be back for a while.
Fordham steps forward.
What exactly happens at this ball?
If it's same ball that I'm thinking of, just a ton of dancing.
I'm not sure. Dancing and feasting, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Drake wants to pamper everybody he can. That's his goal. If his people are happy, then there's less fighting over the throne.
Yep.
So, basically one big party, then.
That's what a ball is, Fordham.
Correct.
Awesome. The last party we were ever going to have was cancelled. Let's say we finally have your induction ceremony, eh, Seer? Except now it's not for being a Seer. It's for being a king.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. We were supposed to have a party for the induction, but we were fleeing Valinor, so it didn't really matter. We had to cancel it. We all nod at each other. It's true, my last ceremony was cancelled. It was Draku's party, but we could celebrate for our own reasons.
Just try not to draw attention to yourselves, alright? It may be a party, but Alarinthia's fate will change behind the scenes. Remember why we're there, and don't lose sight of our original goal.
Right. Don't screw up.
Of course.
Fordham steps back, satisfied.
Why didn't Vivian make a move at any of the other parties? I guess I mean to ask, what makes this year special? What if we go there and she ends up doing nothing?
If that happens, then we focus on Draku. At the end of the day, we still have an option. We're just planning for many possible scenarios.
That's good. That's good, Dominic. Planning for multiple scenarios.
All right.
Also plan in case one of us completely screws up. Valessa nods, her curiosity sated. There's a brief silence, and no further questions.
Very well. Dismissed. Let's pack our things and meet at the docks. We'll set sail in 3 hours, so don't be late.
With that said, almost everyone rushes out of the room. Except for Howl. He stays behind and eyes me down. Before I get ready to leave, I asked him what he wants.
We've been given a room in the crew quarters. Please stop by and see us before you leave. It is important for us to learn more about you.
Yeah, sure thing, jerk. He bows at me before leaving.
Until then, Your Highness.
Until then, you ass. He was definitely taking this monarch thing seriously. Okay, I need to stop calling Hal an ass, even though that I'm still... he really, kind of hit me the wrong way, with that whole thing about, oh, you chose Dominic instead of me. I guess that means that you are more concerned with honor than you are with saving lives. Please. I find honor in saving lives. But given his culture and the power within me, it makes sense. I take one last look at the war table before heading out. The war table is used to track your relationships with each character. Oh, the amount of hearts indicate how many heart-to-hearts you have completed. Okay, so it's kind of like the other two rooms, except this is talking about heart-to-hearts. When a character heart gauge reaches 4, you can click on them to access a special scene. These scenes are required to earn each character's loyalty. The loyalty of your followers affects both morale and their fate. Do not neglect heart-to-heart conversations or these special loyalty scenes. What's going to happen in these loyalty scenes? When you wish to depart for Alarinthia and to Museo Docks. New map icon will display by the ship in the front of the shipyard. Woo! Our very first break! Faith of the Rebellion. Alright. 2 for Valessa, 3 for Fartam, 0 for Pro, unfortunately. Because we haven't gotten heart-to-hearts with Pro or Alaric yet. Two is Milas, 0... Alright. I know that we haven't earned heart-to-hearts with Pro, Alaric, or... Howl. Although, I will tell you right now, my favorite characters right now is actually not Fortan, but is actually a tie between Pro and Milas. Although I'm leaning a bit towards Milas. But not Milas. Dominic. Milas is our leader of Valinor. But yeah, we haven't earned their loyalty yet, and oh great, a scene with Sophie? Sophie and his crew quickly made their way back to the docks. Hiding in the alleyway, much like before, they gathered their bearings. Things hadn't gone according to plan. Their true mission was a failure.
What happened, Sophie? I thought you had everything under control. Get in, kill the seer, and destroy the idol.
It's not that simple, Halen. I tried my best, and it wasn't a total failure. We've dealt them a blow from which they'll never recover.
Are you sure about that?
And you think the Triumvirate will be okay with that? They don't tolerate failure. I'll get dragged into this too. I don't want to suffer due to your inability to succeed, Sophie.
Do you really think they'll drag you in because of Sophie's flaw instead of your own?
Let's not even mention the Blade of Exodus. You just let them walk away with it. I can't believe you were so foolish.
It's more complex than that.
Don't worry. We'll get the job done. They'll be happy enough with Dominic out of the picture. It'll buy us time while we formulate another plan, Halen.
If you're lucky enough to get another chance, you mean. You'll need a pretty good excuse to get away with this.
Sophie sighs, looking down at the ground.
I hesitated, Halen. I had him in my grasp, and I hesitated. There was something in my head saying not to kill him. The same instinct I always listened to and am praised for.
Huh. But you killed me in the vision. What changed?
That instinct has yet to let me down. I feel like he was meant to survive this battle. We'll have more chances to kill him in the future. Besides, with the condition I left him in, he'll be an easy target. Next time we cross paths, even a child could take him down. This isn't as bad as you think, Halen. Today, we won.
He thinks that we're still wounded. You think that Dominic is still dead and that I'm still wounded. Oh, you're going to have quite a surprise.
For your sake, I hope they buy that excuse.
I wonder if the Triumvirate possibly knows that we're still perfectly fine.
No, Halen. We must never tell them the truth. Tell them the seer slipped through our grasp. I trust you to keep this silent for the time being.
You want me to lie for you now?
Lie and deception. Okay, you deceived Shane, now you're deceiving your own leaders, huh?
It's for the best. Just trust me. I would do the same for you, Halen. Together, we will acquire any lost honor.
Fine, but next time I'll watch you. If you can't finish the job, then I will. There's no place for hesitation in a time of war.
Sophie nods, and Halen walks away. This leaves Sophie alone with Shane.
So, how are you feeling?
I'm fine.
You look conflicted.
I said I'm fine.
Look, you killed Damek, Shane. I can understand what you're going through.
He's not dead. But I'll tell you what, Shane, I kind of want to kill you now.
Oh, can you?
'Cause, I don't care what. I don't condone or easily forgive anyone who tries to kill me. Actually, you tried to kill me, I'll never forgive you. I'll hunt you down. I'll hunt you down and kill you. I'm not exaggerating. This is something I do in real life. You tried to kill me? Oh, you tried to kill me. Guess what? Somebody will be dead. It might, and I'll tell you, it might not be me.
Yes, I did the same thing in the past. Before I joined the Triumvirate, I killed them all. Liars and cheaters deserve no less of a punishment.
Wow. Okay, brutal. Am I being ironic to say that I would, by saying that I would kill somebody who tried to kill me and call Sophie brutal for, well, to be fair, liars and cheaters are not nearly as bad as, serial killers, in my opinion, or attempted murderers.
He looked so sad, though. Like, how do I know what you said was true? A face can say a lot more than words ever can.
He was sad because he got caught, Shane. He thought you were dead, so he didn't expect it. You rose from the grave to deliver your vengeance. That is an opportunity he shall never have. He didn't hesitate to send you to your death, remember? There's no reason to give him a courtesy he never gave you.
Sophie, are you still going...
Offering that olive branch is a good way to get yourself killed. There's no going back now, Shane. You're one of us. After what you did, you're their enemy. For good.
Well, Sophie got one thing right.
Huh?
Yes, but you are no longer an enemy of the Triumvirate. They will sing your praise and give you your every desire. The victory of our battle was all thanks to you, Shane.
Is the game trying to guilt me into forgiving Shane? 'Cause I'll argue that Shane probably should never have attempted to kill Damek from the very start. And Shane should have questioned Sophie.
I'm not sure how to feel.
You should feel ashamed!
Sometimes you need to act rather than react. Push those feelings aside and focus on survival. There are many rebels who will seek you out for revenge. And I expect you to show all of them the same treatment. Welcome to the Inquisition, Shane. The right side of history.
I just want to clarify that I wouldn't go out of my way to seek revenge on someone like Shane. But Shane certainly does not deserve my forgiveness. When I said that I would kill somebody who attempts to kill me, I mean in that moment. Because, you know, self-defense and all that. Alright, crew quarters. Sorry if you hear that siren in the background. Alright, Alright, I did look up what these symbols are for, but basically, Yep, a negative for letting Grizz have his redemption. That's corruption. Purity for... to create artificial seers. Really? Okay, I don't see anything positive about that, but okay. And purity for appointing Dominic as Monarch Advisor. Okay. We could, go right ahead and leave, which will continue the story, but fine, I'll go ahead and visit Howl, like he said. A heart to heart, okay. I enter Howl's room and I notice him standing with his back to me. He's in the corner of the room with his hand pressed against the wall. He's mumbling to himself and I do my best not to startle him at all.
Bodies everywhere. Screams for help. Blood flowing. Corpses held tightly in their arms. They cry for the lost. But the lost do not answer, for they have no voice.
Are you talking about your backstory, or are you just being an edgelord?
He feels shame, like he's responsible for all of this. But soon after, he feels nothing at all. Until he rises again. Vengeance controls his mind. It drives his clouded judgment.
He feels shame. He's responsible for all of this, but soon after he feels nothing at all. Till he rises again. Vengeance controls his mind. It drives his clouded judgment. Are you talking about Dominic?
We see the future, as expected, but also the past. We see your death, Monarch, even if it didn't happen. Why does time play such tricks on our memories?
He turns to face me, so he knew I was here all along. Are you predicting the future and saying that it looks a lot like your past? You know, like how your people were all killed, you know, at the beginning of our timeline.
Are these memories, or perhaps echoes? That is what I wish to talk to you about, Monarch. Our mind is overwhelmed, but not in the usual sense.
Tell me more. I'd love to help.
We expected you to say that. We've heard it before. It's almost like you had no other choice. Interesting. Things are different now that we're free. So different.
I'll be honest. In real life, I would not actually say that. I only selected it because I had no other choice. Good job, Howl! Thanks for sorta breaking the fourth wall. Whoopsie.
Exiting that prison has taken its toll on our minds. And there, our sight was limited, but not anymore. Instead of just the future, we see everything. We see the past, and consequences of actions not taken. The possibilities are infinite, and this is hard even to fathom. We must narrow our vision. These details are unimportant.
These details are unimportant. I honestly say keep an open mind, but okay.
We may not be of much use at the moment, Monarch. It will take some time to adjust to these new circumstances. If we choose to adjust, that is. Further evaluation is required.
Everything is important to consider even if it didn't happen. This is something that I would say.
We see a past where we failed to save you, Monarch. You fell to your wounds, and Alestia had no hope at all. Dominic, too. The failure of the rebellion was certain.
Yeah, but you chose to heal us, so it didn't happen.
Pirates rushed to help. but not led by the same leader. Ulrich sacrificed himself to use the blade and create an army. The Monarch vessels, or perhaps the created seers.
Huh. Yeah, I see there's a split there. Would Ulrich choose vessels or create seers?
Why do you say that seeing these things is important? It is death and carnage, the loss of all hope, and ultimately, death. Only one thing remains constant in all of us, the Blade of Exodus.
I'm not even reading the option, but my response to that is that, I mean, imagining how it could have gone worse, makes you appreciate your current circumstance. Learning from past failures is how we become stronger and smarter. Yep.
We saw you say this as well. It led to ruin. Our culture was always focused on avoiding the wrong future. We've never thought about seeing numerous versions of the past.
Yeah, again, how did that work out for you?
But we are sure that we see these things for a reason. Perhaps there is a secret to find, or a link hidden between them all. As we travel, we will do our best to learn more about these visions. We simply wish to make you aware that they exist. It is the opposite of everything we've ever encountered. But at the end of the day, so are you. A huge anomaly.
Well, yeah, but aren't I an anomaly because of you? I'm not sure what he means since he speaks so cryptically. But he's having visions of different pasts, not just the future. That would be jarring to me as well. I only ever saw the future. But it was almost always a future that we wanted to avoid. How could you see a different past? That was always set in stone. Unless you time travel, but... I don't know. It really makes it interesting. It makes you think of what could have been. Instead of seeing your current options, think of, the options that you kind of missed. Let alone paths so different as to detail the deaths of my comrades. There had to be a reason. He was right. Well, I guess I could reset the game and see the other options, but it's unlikely that we'd find an answer anytime soon. He'd have to put up with this burden for a little bit longer.
It pains us to see visions of your death, Monarch. Future or past, it is something we wish to avoid. You carry our legacy. You are everything to us. We request some time alone, if you'd give us the honor. We will do our best to focus on more positive things.
Thank you. That's one thing that I want from you. To focus on some positives. He turns back to the wall and places his hand on it.
Sharing an apple in a back alley, a growing bond. Alcohol brings forth childhood dreams, dreams of change. You grow close to a comrade, despite their two-faced nature.
Sharing an apple in a back alley, a growing bond. I shared an apple with Fortam. Alcohol brings forth childhood dreams, dreams of change. I guess that would be what happens if I actually, You grow close to a comrade despite their two-faced nature. Are you talking about Pro?
A man seeks family to replace the one he never had. There is a girl who finds the strength to succeed in her friends. We wonder where we fit in amongst this group. We hope we can.
You're describing each of the party members. Because you described Fortam, you described Pro, you described Domic and Valessa. It looks down at the floor and I take a few steps back. For now, it's probably best to leave him be. seems overwhelmed. In his situation, I would be as well. He has to process a lot of new information. If I can find my place in all of this, so can he. Perhaps we'd find more time to talk on the boat ride. I leave for the docks, confident to help him more in the future. Alright, can I talk to Ulrich and Pro now? Nope. Okay, that's everything then. Nothing left but to leave. Okay, another long video, but I honestly think this might actually be the end of Act 3 if we're finally getting a break now. I think I'm gonna end it here. Next time on Let's Play Winds of Change, we'll head out to the docks and make our way to Elarinthia in order to gain a new army. If you like this video, hit that like button, or if you don't, dislike it if you want. Either way, I'd love you to leave behind a comment, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to stay notified. See you guys next time.